Shadows Without Light. Tonight's performance is The Other Thing They're Good At, from Shadows Without Light.
In the first floor panic room. It had been 3 days, and they were both smelling pretty ripe. Within hours of their entering lockdown, all the other electrical systems, except for the emergency lighting and the external microphones, had failed. They were using the water pumps just to keep the toilet working and make sure they had fresh drinking water. Showers were too much of a luxury. They could hear the amplified sound of the invaders above coming through the speakers. Sarah was pretty sure she'd counted 16 footfalls that were close enough together to indicate that there was more than one on the second floor. With the cameras dead, it was her only way to gauge the situation. The silences between each new sign that the invaders were still in the building, those were the worst. They provided a moment or several minutes of hope before the next sound dashed it to pieces. 4 days ago, Sarah had been about to start college. She wanted to major in astrogation. Millie, her grandmother, was running a small hovercar shop near the center of town. Life was normal, run-of-the-mill. And then, for the first time in memory, the North Wall Guard experienced a breach. The wall itself was still intact, but the enemy had gotten fast enough to get over it before they could be completely repelled. Defenses, which had protected the town for generations, were suddenly insufficient. The first wave made it to the top. They held the guard back while more and more of their numbers scrambled up and over. Without access to holocausts, everything beyond the safe room walls was hypothetical. Friends, relatives, they were either alive or dead out there. The situation might well be improving, or the overrun might be so complete it was already hopeless. Isolated in this room, there were no clues beyond the sounds from the external mics, and they only picked up noises within the house.
Why did this happen?
It started just over 1,000 years ago.
I mean the failure at Northwell.
So do I. I know you think everything important has happened in your lifetime, but some problems have roots going way, way back.
Fine, it began 1,000 years ago when you were young.
Why do you have to always be so rude? 1,000 years ago, we did away with men.
Animals have males. Some plants do.
Yes.
Insects too.
And people did once upon a time.
Not people.
People are animals. We used to have both sexes, not just women.
Supposing I believe you, are you telling me that women used to roll around with these men? Why would they? We don't get pregnant like animals do. We just go to the clinic and have a partho session. It's all very civilized and proper.
Partho was what led women to believe that men were unnecessary. It was a short hop from unneeded to unwanted to hated. Not all women felt that way, but the ones who did started passing laws. The Obscenity Act was the core one. It made killing men legal. Using that law as an excuse, several radical groups started destroying medical and research stores of male DNA. Soon we were a society solely of women, no way back.
Even if that's true, how does that have anything to do with the invasion?
The problem, or the earlier version of the problem, which made us lose North Wall, was evident immediately. Yet women came up with various solutions, but nothing permanent. The invaders, the forerunners of the invaders, to be accurate, adapted. Eventually, they started breeding into larger and stronger species. We built walls. That has been a successful strategy for a little over 200 years now.
I still can't buy the idea that men, real human males, could go from undeniable fact to laughable myth in 1,000 years. How could the reality of men be hidden like that?
We hid it in textbooks where your type would never look. If we survive this, I'll take you down to the History Museum, another place we are hiding the facts. You think all this is fiction because we've been ending up with more girls like you instead of women like me. This generation, all stupid, lazy girls.
Ricky Taylor says the invaders are aliens, not native like you're claiming.
Ricky Taylor is probably a dead husk somewhere right now, and no loss to womankind. On the off chance we survive this, please let me use this time to make you smarter. Your generation is the worst. You need all the help you can get.
Fine. So we kill off all the men. Life goes on. We invent flying cars. We cure cancer. We do some other stuff. How does that result in this?
We didn't need men for baby making, but we forgot about their other skill, the skill that kept the invaders at bay, the skill which kept our ancient enemy from multiplying too quickly.
They heard motion just outside the door of the room. 8 quick footsteps, then quiet.
We need a man right now. For all the ways women are superior, we'll never be as good as they were at killing spiders.
Hey, CJ Ruff, and I was the narrator.
Howdy, Debra Every, and I was Millie, the grandmother.
Hi, Lily Chambers, and I was Sarah.
Shadows without light. Tonight's performance is The Other Thing They're Good At, from Shadows Without Light.